and welcome to the program. I'm Layo Adegoke. Let's begin with stories and happenings that made headlines over the weekend.
Tens of thousands of Ethiopians rallied in the capital Addis Ababa on Sunday in support of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government and in many cases in opposition to the United States. Forces loyal to the Tigray People's Liberation Front have threatened to march on the capital, prompting a state of emergency. In Addis, protesters like Tigis Lema were angry at a U.S. call for the Ethiopian government to begin talks with the TPLF, which has been designated a terrorist group.
They want to destroy our country like they did Afghanistan. They will never succeed. We are Ethiopians. We are children of Adwa. Which TPLF are we going to negotiate with? The one that killed and raped us? The one that stabbed our mothers and fathers with combat knives? We will never ever negotiate with them.
Protesters also held signs denouncing fake news in Ethiopia. The government has completed.
As the conflict in the north continues, he says the country is being tested on many fronts but had been strengthened. His government has had U.S. aid withheld, plus envoys from the UN and African Union have pleaded for humanitarian access to the almost 8 million people facing near-famine conditions. There's been a year since the conflict started in the north. Rebel allied to the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, are advancing towards the capital, Addis Ababa. The army has asked former military soldiers to join it in the fight against the rebels. Meanwhile, the UN Security Council is meeting to discuss the conflicts in northern Ethiopia, even as rebels claim to be advancing towards the capital. The open session in New York is expected to discuss the humanitarian crisis where nearly 8 million people are facing what the United Nations has described as near-famine conditions. Previous UN Security Council meetings ended with no concrete resolution on ending the fight, but the U.S. has withheld millions of dollars in aid to Ethiopia and has threatened punitive actions against those instigating the conflict. However, both sides have rejected proposals to have face-to-face negotiations and end the year-long conflict.